What if I told you that there is a possibility that TikTok, a social media platform with over 170 million users, may run on Polkadot? You probably wouldn't believe me, but that is what we're going to be talking about in this video. And I'm going to be showing you why this actually could become a reality. And this really further highlights Polkadot's potential in regards to being that blockchain that is going to facilitate one or multiple killer use cases that is going to bring hundreds of millions and potentially billions of users to the Web3 space. This is the video I'm really excited to deliver. So if you aren't already a subscriber and you feel like you enjoy this content as I'm going throughout it, don't forget to smash that like button and drop me a comment. It does help me out and get this content to a further audience. And don't forget to share it on your socials. So, without further ado, let's dive down the rabbit hole of Polkadot essentially facilitating TikTok. And we're going to be showing you that this isn't just hearsay. There is actually a potential, certainly if Project Liberty do what they're planning on doing, which of course is headed by billionaire Frank McCartney in regards to acquiring TikTok. If Project Liberty succeed in doing this and giving power back to the people, Polkadot is the blockchain that they are looking to do this on. So let's dive into it. And let's start things off with a CoinDesk article. And it is titled Social Media Disruptor Project Liberty to Run on Polkadot's Blockchain Network. The partnership follows on from former LA Dodgers owner Frank McCourt, earmarking $100 million last year to distribute incumbent dominated social media. So I think a good thing for me to do is actually take a step back and look at what Project Liberty actually is. So let's dive over to Project Liberty's website. And you can see here, you've got read about the new people's bid to acquire TikTok and how we plan to transform TikTok so users control their data and shape the platform's future. This is where we get that Polkadot link. We're going to be talking about all that. We're going to be talking about Project Frequency and another number of other things. But you can see better world, better web. Project Liberty is leading a movement of people who want to take back control of their lives in the digital age by reclaiming a voice, choice, and stake in a better internet. Now, they're essentially talking about Web3 here. So where does the sort of TikTok crossover come from? And let's dive over to an article that was published this month, only 5 days ago. This is very recent news that I can't believe more people haven't picked up on. We'll cover the Polkadot link in just a second. But let's dive over to Project Liberty's actual official press release in regards to Frank McCourt organizing a people's bid to acquire TikTok. And the interesting thing is if this goes through, the platform that they're going to look to utilize will be Polkadot. So Frank McCourt, founder of Project Liberty and executive chair of McCourt Global, announced that Project Liberty is building a consortium to purchase TikTok and re-architect the platform to put people in control of their digital identities and data. Leading technologies and academics, including Jonathan Haidt, David Clark, and Sir Tim Berners-Lee, expressed support for Project Liberty's vision for a more open, inclusive, and responsible internet. Frank McCourt, founder of Project Liberty and executive chairman of McCourt Global, today announced that the Project Liberty is organizing a bid to acquire the popular social media platform TikTok in the US, with the goal of placing people and data empowerment at the center of the platform's design and purchase. Working in consultation with Guggenheim Securities, the investment banking and capital markets business of Guggenheim Partners, and Kirkland & Ellis, one of the world's largest law firms, as well as world-renowned technologists, academics, community leaders, partners, parents, and engaged citizens. This bid for TikTok offers an innovative alternative vision for the platform's infrastructure, one that allows people to reclaim agency over their digital identity and data by proposing to migrate the platform to a new digital open source protocol. What is that protocol, I wonder? Well, I do believe it's Polkadot. In launching the bid, McCourt and his partners are seizing the opportunity to return control and value back into the hands of individuals individuals and provide Americans with meaningful voice, choice, and stake in the future of the web. It goes on to say the foundation of our digital infrastructure is broken, and it's time to fix it. We can and must do more to safeguard the health and well-being of our children, families, democracy, and society. We see this potential acquisition as an incredible opportunity to catalyze an alternative to the current tech model that has colonized the internet. We often talk about tech lords here on the channel, said Frank McCourt. By bringing leading academics, technologists, behavioral scientists, psychologists, and economic experts together with community partners, parents, and citizens, we believe we can preserve and enhance the TikTok experience by giving individuals and creators on the platform the value and control they deserve regarding who has access to their data and how it's used. This country has long been the global driver of groundbreaking innovation, and I encourage anyone who's interested in reclaiming your data from big tech to engage with us and take a step forwards to redefine the future of the internet for the people. So this is actually happening. And the interesting thing is, when we dive back over to that CoinDesk article, it becomes very apparent that actually they're looking to facilitate this kind of digital decentralized new infrastructure, potentially on Polkadot, as they see it being one of the only, and we'll read a quote in just a second, went through 30 projects and saw Polkadot as the kind of winning or having the winning formula. And it says Project Liberty, the initiative backed by real estate billionaire Frank McCourt, aimed at distributing today's social media platforms, has found a home on Polkadot. It says the solution, in his opinion, is an open-sourced, publicly owned infrastructure called a decentralized social network, DSN for short, to center the internet around people instead of giant data harvesting platforms. In fact, the idea of a core internet protocol for identity, networking, and messaging, much as HTTPS underlies the web, has been something of an elusive aspiration since the early days of social networking. When people began to see problems arise, said Braxton Woodham, the creator of DSNM. Still, a commercial implementation is needed to operate the system, Woodham said. In the same way, HTTPS requires the web service. So it goes on to say, we started last year and looked deeply at over 30 different projects and ultimately concluded Polkadot has characteristics that make it a particularly adaptable for social networking, Woodham said in an interview. We're working with the Polkadot team at Parity Technologies, designing for scale, latency, and low-cost volatility for messaging, which is essential for social networks. You don't see that with other chains. It goes on to say a growing number of projects have chosen Polkadot's parallel but concentrated blockchain, known as parachains, to build on. Coveting parachain slots have been allocated to projects backed by user communications through special auctions. Within Polkadot's parachain ecosystem, there exists a category of projects designed for the common good, which might eventually include Project Liberty. It goes on to say Project Liberty will likely launch as a standard parachain, at least initially, said Peter Morick, head of public affairs at Parity Technologies. There's an opportunity for something like this, a very good service for everyone in the Polkadot ecosystem and Web3 broadly, to be voted in by the community later as a common good chain. Also, further down the line, a token attached to Project Liberty is in the planning, Woodham said. Details will follow later this year. The token is important because messaging is a resource and a token will be used to manage stable bandwidth resources for messaging and social media that is scalable, he said. We think that's going to be really unique in the blockchain space. So this is absolutely huge. And again, the really important thing as it relates to Polkadot is it really showcases Polkadot's fit for purpose system that is going to enable people to onboard and move away from the kind of Web 2 paradigms, the cloud laws being one of those, and the kind of monopolization of the internet, and really help to decentralize that. And this is just one step in the right direction. The social media, just like social medias make up some of the largest companies in the Web 2 world, will also, I believe, make up some of the largest companies in tomorrow's world that's going to leverage Web3 technology. And Polkadot, as we've always stated, stands a damn good chance with their layer 0 infrastructure in enabling and facilitating that. We know we've got lots of upgrades coming for Polkadot. There is a project called Frequency. I did hear some rumors that maybe these guys might be working with Project Liberty potentially, but there's nothing official on that. These guys have a really small sort of following, largely under the radar, something I need to explore in more detail. You can see they are working on the DSNP protocols. So really interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Last week, we brought you news in regards to the 4th largest country relating to population actually leveraging Polkadot through Mandala chain for digital identities. There is the potential for TikTok to leverage Polkadot in the future. In actual fact, we're currently going through a bid to actually do that. So that is it from me, ladies and gentlemen. If you've enjoyed this content, as always, a like is appreciated. So is a comment, and look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.